Welcome to reality NSFW coverage of the challenge 2, All-Stars 2, episode 2. It's 2 for everything. It's 2 for Tuesday, but it's Monday. Oh, I am joined by Trias, Lauren Pratt, and I am Jonny Fairplay. Wow. Do I love the challenge All-Stars 2.
Don't we all? I mean, it's taking over. I love it. I cannot wait for future seasons, and so far this season has absolutely delivered.
Honestly, it was the fastest 45 minutes I've ever gone through an episode. I didn't realize how fast it was moving, even though it was only a Deliberation and Elimination episode.
We were, or I guess I was going into what is the layer called on All Stars?
The arena, I think it is.
Yeah, it's the arena.
Okay, going into the arena, I'm just like, ooh, are we getting more? I'm just like, oh wow, that's the end of the episode.
Yep. I honestly think they need to flip it. I think All Stars needs to be 90 minutes. I think the actual challenge needs to be, the 42 minutes there.
I think 45 minutes is fine for what they're doing on Paramount Plus. Like, especially with 10 episodes, make it feel like a throwback.
Okay, fair enough. I whatever they're doing is working, so let's not rock the horse.
Well, it's because they're letting, like you say on about Survivor, they let the cast make the show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the day, though, when the challenge episodes only used to be about 20 minutes? It's insane.
That was before my time.
Let's do that.
No, that's too little.
That's too short.
Oh, my bad. I don't know.
That's as short as Derek's two-piece suit.
Two-piece short set.
Yeah,
I should have rocked my two-piece short. You know what? I might change during the commercial break.
You have to.
I was going to bring it up when we got to it.
Oh, dang it.
I had to make that our still shot for this episode's podcast.
Sweet. I am a huge fan of the two-piece short set. Matt Bischoff and myself and Lex like to rock these on social events. I also I see the Young Bucks in AEW. They rock them for Heat. I don't think Derek rocked it for Heat, but we'll get there. But I do have to do a little housekeeping from episode 1. Heaven forbid I fucked up and said we're not going to take it, or no, Come On, Feel the Noise was Twisted Sister. It is not. It is Quiet Riot, and I knew that. I just had, I just combined my reality worlds. I immediately thought Twisted Sister incorrectly, and then I was like, oh, boom, you have D. Snyder that was on Celebrity Apprentice, and then he wrote it. So I tried to meld my worlds, and I apologize. It was indeed Quiet Riot, and I knew that. I had that album when I was a kid. I no longer have it. I'm looking over one day. You know what? Fuck it. Today's the day. So there you go. There's over 2,000 records over there.
Damn.
And I'm trying to streamline them down actually, there's about 3,000. I'm trying to streamline them down to 2,000. And in doing so, if Quiet Riot was a part of the 3,000, it would not be a part of the 2. Sorry, right. Quiet Riot. You're not there. Even though the lead singer of Quiet Riot came to my birthday party at Tangerine in Vegas one year.
Ah.
How cool is that? So I had a story for fucking Quiet Riot. Like I never met fucking D. Snyder. Fuck D. Snyder. Well, lead singer of Quiet Riot came to my birthday party.
Well, Jonny, I'm just glad we were able to get all that tension out now, and you corrected yourself. That one YouTube comment will be very happy that you corrected it.
Yeah, don't fuck up again. Forward. They'll call you out for it. I'm telling you.
And secondly, it's like we talked about on episode 1, as opposed to All Stars season 1, where Nehemiah just went in kind of open-eyed, just ready to have fun, and it didn't work out for him. Right. He's refocused season 2, and he's like, I need to build an army because he didn't last time. Whereas Derek came in with an army, he may have not been personally responsible for manufacturing it. I felt like it was more of, hey, it's Mark Long's friends. Derek is one of Mark Long's better friends, and there's this big group. So people in the comments were saying, you guys are talking about Nehemiah forming an army. Well, I think Derek has the ability to form an army. I do too. Well, I do.
No, he does, but this episode, he showed his full ass.
So it's not like I didn't think Derek could. I just felt like he had one season 1, and Nehemiah is forming one season 2. That's the difference. Yep. It's not that Derek lacks the ability, doesn't have one, isn't gonna have one. We were just focusing on the fact that Nehemiah is making one.
Right, like that's what the show is telling us. They're not telling us Derek's creating an army. Yeah. The show is telling us Nehemiah has a changed mindset, and he's ready. This is business for him now. It's not pleasure. It's I'm here to win the game.
Yeah, because he knows he can't play Mr. Nice Guy anymore, and he's seen it time and time again. Other people flipping the script, turning on each other, and it works out for them and never works out for him.
Yeah. His liners today were great. I love the line of him going, "My future children can't eat legacy."
Oh my God. I was like, when did Nehemiah become my favorite? Well, become my second favorite All-Star Challenge person ever. Because my favorite person is revealed at the end of this episode. But my second favorite is Nehemiah. Because I've never seen heel Nehemiah. I mean, I didn't know this. Like John Cena in wrestling, I'm just like, oh, you turn this guy bad, fucking bring it. It's going to be good. Never did. And they dropped the ball. They really should have. Whereas Nehemiah, I never thought of Nehemiah as, I'm just like, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But now, kind of like Roman Reigns, is just like, oh man, this guy's so good as a bad guy. Nehemiah is great as a fucking bad guy.
Yep.
I honestly, this was an A+. Last episode was Tina's episode. This week it was Nehemiah and Ayana.
But are we gonna get to her? Okay.
We can start talking about her when we get there. But she amazing. Love they brought her back.
Honestly, it was a great episode for a lot of people. Even the people who, or at least for Derek, on his way or Derek Chavez on his way going out. It made it an impactful episode for him too. The All-Stars did a great job.
They killed it across. This was probably my favorite challenge episode yet on Paramount Plus.
Honestly, it was a really good episode. And we can go right into it. Your favorite, the Previously On's back.
Previously on the challenge
with your best friend,
MJ, who I still do not like, and I need to reach out to him because, as I said, I guarantee his version of the story will end in me going, oh yeah, I probably deserve that. Yeah. But until then, MJ, I don't like you, but I am more than willing to admit.
But hey, he's already done more than all the Previously Ons for this current season on MTV. He makes out with a skull.
Yeah. So it's him with TJ's red skull. So do you feel like that was him making out with TJ?
In a way, yes. But I feel like they all want to make out with TJ. So
yeah. TJ's got the full beard coming in. Are we gonna end with this season with TJ looking like Brad?
I don't think they have enough time for that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of work to get that type of beard.
Do we know how fast TJ's beard grows?
We don't.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to track this.
Yeah. So because my beard is, I don't know, probably 1/5 of what it was last week because I just filmed television in Atlanta last week. And so I decided to trim up and look good, Gucci belt. That's right. Bring it. So I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, but I filmed Judge Steve Harvey, ABC nice. Prime time. What's up?
You think it's going to pull numbers? Can you do the math on it?
Well, I personally cannot do the math on it, but if there's a witness that'll be brought in on the episode to do math, we got you covered.
Okay, so there you go, folks. Keep an eye out for it.
Keep an eye out. I will more than let everyone know when they can see this. But if you want to see me in person and watch Survivor with me on a Wednesday night, please go to survivortix.com right now. That's survivortix.com. I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee at the Doghouse Saloon watching Survivor Wednesday, December 1st on the biggest indoor screen at a bar in the U.S. It's at the Premier Lounge. It's a part of the Doghouse Saloon. Get your tickets at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. And you know what? I'm just going to put it on the screen for you right now. Boom, survivortix.com. Get your tickets. Join me live and watch Survivor. There will be surprise castaways there, giveaways throughout the entire show, autograph picks from some of your favorite survivors and castaways from previous season. I will also bring some challenge autograph picks with me. So for those of you that are just watching this, I got you covered. Don't worry. I love the challenge just as much as Survivor, sometimes more. Shh, don't tell anybody. I do not want to be on the challenge. I'm not big enough, so stop asking.
Well, he's actually saying he's going to be on the next season.
I am not on the next season. So
he's prepping for the hall brawl that he's going to have against Josh.
MJ versus Jonny in hall brawl.
I'm not even sure if I can beat Big T in a hall brawl.
Yeah.
we can find out.
I'm trying to be nice.
Lauren.
I'm trying to be nice here, and I want to say like probably not, but
yeah. I don't think I could. I don't think anyone like. I think there should be like an IQ test on if you can do the hall brawl or not. And if that's the case, with the higher score being you shouldn't, then I don't think I would qualify to do a hall brawl. So plus I've had concussions. I mean, like I've done wrestling and like I'm not good at that either. So I mean I'm good, but like as a personality, I'm great. But as a wrestler, like my win-loss record is horrendous and everything hurts. So yeah, hall brawl, no. Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think nowadays you would do better than if you were your size that you were on Pearl Islands.
Pearl Islands, I started at 116 pounds, finished at 113.
Yeah. So Pearl Islands, hell no. Now maybe you have a little bit of a chance.
I'm like 150 now.
There you go.
But that's still small.
It is, but I'm just saying,
against a small guy.
Comparing it to what you were before to now, you give yourself a little credit.
But there's no guy I could beat in a hall brawl. Like guaranteed, there's not a single guy in the history of the challenge that I could beat in a hall brawl.
Maybe.
Nope.
No, there are.
Yeah, I think Alex. I think I have a couple of names, potential names.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I'm not winning a hall brawl. I'm telling you.
We got confidence in you, man.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've arm wrestled against you. You're tough.
All right.
But Lauren, did he win?
Yeah.
But he's beaten other really good people. I mean, he just didn't beat me.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
But anyway,
okay. So
we start with Where Can I Run To by Escape.
Yes.
Great song.
I'm not a big fan of that one.
I liked it for I just liked the feel for the beginning of the episode. I felt it felt right.
No. As far as scoring the show, it was perfect because as we figure out immediately, winning a daily, you will piss off 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whether you want and potentially more. So, which we really found out. So it's not just 4 people you're pissing off. You're potentially pissing off the entire house. So, So I think the scoring was good. I'm just not a fan of the song.
Yeah, that's fine. But we focus on Derek Chavez. It's saying that like he took out from TJ's lecture to them, like, oh, this is lighting a fire under me. If I can get through this round, I'm gonna just keep working harder, and prove that I am an all-star.
Yeah.
Well, he you know what? He put a valiant effort this episode.
He did a lot closer than we thought it'd be.
Oh, 100%. And I actually think that he would have beaten so many people up there if he wasn't going against Nehemiah.
I think he would have beaten almost everyone, if not everyone, except for Nehemiah.
Or Steve. I think Steve could have probably taken that.
I don't. Yeah. I think that math is tricky. Math is hard, according to Barbie. There's a meme. There's a meme that will tell you that. In case you just look it up. Math is hard.
Oh man.
So
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say that the real question that everyone has on their minds is what is this relationship between Derek and Nehemiah? Like, everyone wasn't sure, like, are they actually enemies or are they frenemies, or just like, were they just never on the same page? We find out in this episode, like, one doesn't know where the relationship is. The
That would
other
be
one
Derek.
very much knows his side of what the relationship is.
Yeah,
Even though Derek thinks he knows everything that's going on.
Well, he's the ultimate chess player to ever play the game.
Right.
The ultimate chess player that does not know what the other pieces are doing, apparently. So Derek, he doesn't know where Nehemiah's head's at. However, I feel like he feels it's closer to his side than not on his side.
I just feel Derek has this idea of, even if people don't feel good with him, they still like have a relative goodness with him. Like, oh, we're pals, even though we may not see eye to eye, they won't come after me.
Yeah.
Because I'm Derek.
Yeah. Whereas I think Nehemiah prior to this season was more on that plane than he is current time in the season. I think he just figured out, he was just like, look, I gotta play dirty. There's got to be someone at the other end of this fodder, and my target is Derek.
Do you think this season they're setting us up for a Derek versus Nehemiah showdown at some point?
Please, dear God, more than anything else.
No matter the result, we have to have it.
Yeah, I don't. If that's not our end game, I potentially hate this season.
I would say there's two directions we can go here that I would be okay with. One is them going down, as Corey would say, you go down in the sand and they handle their business down there, or we see Nehemiah's ascension for this season and him being the ultimate driver that sends Derek down there and Derek going home.
Yeah, like this is potentially like Ghost Island, where the whole thing was set up for Chris Noble versus Dominic, and then we finally get the showdown, and it's a fucking sparkler, and then it's like Chris Noble goes home. Please don't spend the time telling a story that's not a story.
Right. And I think that's what the edit's doing right now, is setting that up. And I want to see it, because I just think those two battling it out could be fucking phenomenal.
Just one of the ultimate showdowns in the history of the challenge.
Yeah, like at this point in time, like even if you put both of them on a modern season, it would still be one of like the best for the modern seasons, just because look at them.
Yeah. So no, I want it. So please do not let this story fizzle. We had a 2-part opener, so let's
right.
Setting the stage for what feels like the rest of the season. Don't be for naught.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now Derek and Jody had to make decisions, and they're trying to appease people. Enter Ayanna.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 1 before we get to why did they not call in Ayanna and Nehemiah together? Is this a smart move, or is it like do you think maybe the strategy is we want Ayanna's unfiltered thoughts on who she wants without Nehemiah nudging, or vice versa? Or is it we have the ultimate power, we're showing our power, and we're calling you in as we want you one at a time to show our power?
I think that's Derek doing that. Because I like Jody, as we see, like she's more human to the situation. Like she doesn't like she likes being power and being safe, but she doesn't like what has to happen where calling people down and ending their dream. I feel it's sort of like what Brad says, like you don't know what the elimination is, so you sort of have to go with the idea of it could be a pair or it could be elimination. So in that sense, it doesn't really matter if you have them both there at the same time or only have one at a time, because the main focus is Ayanna, which girl would you want to go up against? It's not which guy would you want to go up against.
Yeah, well, as I said, I'm cool with the premise if it's, hey, we just want your personal decision unfiltered, unfettered. That's fine. But if it is a display of power, I don't like that move at all for Derek, because Derek's my friend. Like, I'm friends with Nehemiah. I'm friends with Derek.
Right.
And you know, I don't want to watch Derek play a flawed game, and a blatant show of power is a flawed game.
Right. And I think
it's tough at the beginning though, because you have to look at, as we're talking here, you don't know what the structure is of the elimination. And I do think Derek's true intention, just based on watching it, was he just wanted to hear who they wanted to go against in particular, because you don't know if it's a duo. You don't know if it's you going one-on-one, guy versus girl. You don't know that. But what I will say is Ayanna giving them no name is my absolute favorite. And here's why. Because then no one is going to have any beef with her at all, because she didn't throw anyone under the bus. And Derek and Jody are sitting there scratching their head and they're like, fuck, we can't do anything.
Yeah, so like the way I saw it was, for Ayanna in that specific moment, I think was unintentional gameplay. Like she just genuinely felt, I don't really care who I go up against. That's your problem, not mine.
Yeah.
I will deal with whatever you give me. But I feel like, unfortunately, this episode was Derek feeling himself. We heard in the first episode, when people win power, it's like, cool, you'll see people peacock with the power. Oh, he was a extra peacocking today.
Yes.
And really feeling himself. And I think that came to bite him, because he felt way too confident and way too secure just because he won that initial challenge when he didn't really win anything in the first season.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm all for yielding power at the right time. This first vote, I feel the move is the oh gee shucks.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
That out of the gate, I mean, the last elimination before TJ's final, it's just like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm calling the shots, not you. But the first one was like, oh, golly gee willikers, I don't know what I should be doing right now. Oh man, really wish I hadn't won. And he just went and he's just like, yep, let me put on the Ric Flair robe. Woo!
I will say, I think them winning is completely fine, because you always want to be there to win. But I will say the first vote is so crucial in the sense of, you don't want to piss people off and have people coming after you. I think what they did by picking the two girls was great. Two guys fumbled.
I think ultimately the issue was he and Jody made decisions, but they didn't control the path. Like, they made the decisions with the idea that everyone would just follow suit, because Derek's good with a lot of them, Jody's good with some of them. But they allowed people that were nominated, and the people that were going into the arena already, and Nehemiah, have time to go around and play the political game.
Yeah, and Nehemiah did not do that. Like, I think Derek based a lot of his decision on what Nehemiah did last time versus the exact opposite of what he's doing. So, like, last time Nehemiah, was voted in and kind of just kept his head down and it's just like, right. This is what's happening. And so I think Derek expected that. I mean, why would you expect a character to be 180 degree different than someone you just played against
and known? Like, they've known each other for years. So like, he's played this way every single time he's played. Yeah. Why would it be any different? Yeah. He like, I'm just busting his balls. It's all good. It's all in fun. Yeah.
So no, I think Derek got caught. Derek got caught with his pants down, technically, but his shorts set down. But he really, like, he made, based on previous gameplay, he's playing this correctly.
Right.
There's no reason to think Nehemiah is a different person.
And he's also looking back at what happened last season as well, because a lot of people threw in the newbies, and then he's assuming, oh, Steve's new, easy, throw him in. He doesn't have as many relationships with people. It's not going to be a problem. Boy, was the read wrong. And that's not necessarily his fault. It's just Nehemiah's playing Nehemiah's game this time. He's not playing for anybody else. Yeah. And by him doing that 180, I think is fabulous, because you just changed the game up so much. And Derek thought he had power, and now Derek doesn't have as much power as he thought he did.
It's fabulous television. However, if I'm Derek, I'm probably doing the exact same thing Derek did.
Oh yeah, like it's hard to say, like, oh, he should have done. Why would he have thought this or that? It's like
because based on what you've seen,
right?
But I would also argue that, like, if you wanted to appease him, even though Ryan's your friend, you put Ryan as a nom and you make it Ryan and Steve, and then just work the numbers to make sure Steve's the one who actually goes in and be like, dude, I gave you the one that you wanted. I'm not, and I think that's fair if you do 1 and 2, but if you give him 2 and another guy that you don't know who just performed very well in the first daily, I'd be pressed.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's go through it. So Ayana said, she's like, I have no preference, and it's just like it, which, I don't know if it was strategic or not, but it worked strategically.
Well, we're just going to say it was strategic.
Well,
we're just going to
give
her the credit.
strategic, and you know what? It's because she was a former D1 track athlete, and you didn't get to pick your opponent. So why would I pick them now?
Well, I don't think it was strategic, but God bless America, did it work out strategically? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So next is Nehemiah, and he's like, "Hey, I want Ryan because I beat him in Gauntlet 3." He goes, "You're asking me who I want. We're trying to make amends. We're trying to be friends. We're trying to form an alliance. If we're doing so, I want Ryan first, and then second, I want Derek C."
Right. Like if Ryan can't, if for whatever reason you guys don't pick Ryan, Derek's my choice.
Yeah.
And you just see Derek just being like, well, if I do any of this for you, you should probably return the favor.
Yeah. And he says he will. All right. Nehemiah is partly at fault here because we didn't see. I'm sure that conversation went on for 45 fucking minutes, and we
Right.
saw a fucking 90-second version of what transpired. But for argument's sake, if Nehemiah did not say, "Look, I really want Ryan number 1. My number 2 isn't even really a number 2. I'm asking for fucking Ryan," and that's it. If he said that, then Derek fucked up. But from the 90 seconds that we saw of what was probably a 45-minute conversation, if we really got the summation of everything, if I'm Derek, I feel like he's cool with either one of these.
Like, I guess, but I would also realize there's a reason why he put a lot more time in talking about Ryan than just throwing in well, if you need me to give a second name, and because you have to put 2 people up, Derek can be the other one.
Yeah, but as I said, we really saw a summation of the conversation. If that really showed the vibe, and I'm Derek, I'm just like, I think he's cool with either one of these. And if I had to choose, I'm choosing Derek C over the 2. But I don't think he's gonna be mad at Derek. It wasn't like, hey, Ryan or no one. It was
right.
Hey, Ryan, and if you can't do Ryan, give me Derek C.
That's kind of how I took it as well, because he at least gave a second option. And you're right. If he doesn't give that second option, he just wants Ryan in there. What I'm curious to know is if it is Ryan and Steve, is Ryan going in? Because I think so. Because I think Nehemiah really goes and plays that political game and still gets all those people on this side.
But Derek's not prepared for that political game.
Once he sees Steve up there, he's like, I don't want to go up against Steve. I need to make sure it's Ryan that goes in. And if he does the same exact thing and goes to everyone, be like, hey, I'm asking you guys. I think
Ryan's even easier than fucking Derek C to get.
No,
he
is easier than Derek C.
Yeah,
to
get the vote.
Yeah, because the only people that are going to, in that situation, back Ryan is that Cancun group, pretty much. I don't think anyone else votes to keep Ryan.
Yeah, but they're not going to be driving or hitting the drum as hard as they were for one of their true own in Derek.
No. But I just think those are the only people that would vote to save Ryan in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know. Winning that first challenge, first daily, was not good for anyone.
No,
there's too much unknown.
Reason. Yeah, it's like the only people who's worth going for is someone who wants to make a power play immediately and set the tone, or someone who doesn't have connections. Derek, he could have just shown that he was good without winning, but he's aggressive and wants to win everything.
Well, I think it killed him that he didn't. We didn't see Derek on All Stars season 1.
Right.
And he's just like, you're seeing Derek on season 2. This is my show.
We saw a restrained Derek because he had his friends there and they were putting him in check. He comes in here and it's like an unhinged animal. He's like, okay, I'm out in the wild, chains off. I get to run everywhere that I want, pee everywhere I want, shit everywhere I want. It's a new me.
Yeah, and he wasn't a huge. It's great. He wasn't a huge storyline in season 1. He goes, "I'm coming into season 2. I want to be the storyline," and I think that's just Derek. He's so competitive, and we've talked about it on the podcast before. Such a pit bull, and I just think Derek didn't have anyone that's going to rein him in and say, you know what, maybe let's think about this real quick. Don't go guns a-blazing.
Yeah, I was very disappointed that we didn't get Derek season 1.
Right. I think everyone was.
Yeah,
I think he was.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think he's righting the wrong. And I'm for it. I mean, as I said.
But is he gonna go too far into a caricature of himself this season because of the fact that he was so subdued in the first season?
So this is so we have Nehemiah becoming a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Are we having to do a Survivor reference? I mean, I'm from Survivor. Is Derek going to turn into coach?
Oh God!
I don't know if Derek could, remember all those quotes and have all those stories that he would be able to.
But he's the ultimate chess player.
He is the ultimate chess player. I mean,
that is true.
Would Coach say that in the confessional? Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God!
But
I won't Coach and Derek on Blood versus Water on Survivor.
No.
That would be a time. But it's now time for the 5-minute segment of let's make fun of Derek's 2-piece suit and giving us a
short
fake,
set.
Yeah, 2-piece short set. And giving us the fake reason for why Steve is the one who's going to be going up because he's.
I don't think it was a fake reason.
No, I think he was always intending to put Steve in there.
I do not. I think he was. I think Steve was a possibility.
I think he knew everyone else to a certain extent more than he knew Steve.
I think Steve was a possibility, but when he rounds that corner and Steve shits on the 2-piece short set, he's like, "What are you, fucking comic relief? Like, what?"
Like as you nominate them, like, are you trying to make them laugh?"
And I'm just like, why is he shitting on the 2-piece short set? As I said, I am changing clothes during the commercial break.
Yes.
To a 2-piece short set.
Okay. Well, he's not making fun of the short set. He's making fun of the person who's wearing the short set.
Yeah,
that's making fun of the short set.
No, because he said
Tech could have done it.
Yeah, he said Tech could make it work.
Well, Derek can make it work too. Are you saying I can't make it work?
Well, I'm not. All I'm saying, it wasn't just Steve who had comments about how Derek looked in the short set.
So Tina also did not like the 2-piece short set.
and Kendall said that it was great fashion sense. She has the same outfit for her kids.
Yeah, it's very toddler.
And Kohada said he's wearing sheets that are off of a 10-year-old's bed.
Yes.
I love Kohada's delivery for everything.
Oh,
it's just so deadpan, but he knows that he's making a good joke as he's saying it.
Yeah. He's I don't think Kohada's smart, but I think he's like this much smarter than he pretends to be, which makes him like that much smarter.
Right.
And for those of you that are listening and not watching, I'm doing things with my hands and you have to watch. God is awesome.
Everyone else was just smarter than Steve and didn't shit on his outfit in front of Derek. And
I love the outfit. I mean, he did have the creases. Derek, you gotta iron that shit. Or as soon as you get into the house. I mean, they just got into the house. I mean, like, this is probably still night.
Yeah, it's probably still in the process of feeling unfolded.
But still, you need on a 2-piece short set. You either need to let it be hanging, or you got to iron it.
He got the fist bump from Tech, so Tech was all for it.
Well, because Tech's a good guy.
Well, Tech's a good Tech. I'd imagine Tech Money owns a 2-piece short set.
Well, and also you have to remember what Tech wears.
Yes.
He was wearing a Pepto-Bismol suit.
Yeah.
Or no clothing. Or no clothing at all. There's options.
Or no clothing. So he's like, everything looks good.
Yes.
But yeah, so we now see Derek and Jody are in their deliberation, and Derek immediately goes, Nehemiah can politic all he wants. It's going to be Steve. The housevote's going to be Steve. Like, come on. Who makes fun of the outfit? Like, is it really bad outfit, guy? Come on. I'm like, dude, how are you still so pressed about this?
Yeah, but I think his feelings were hurt. And honestly,
I think they were too.
If I'm Derek, my feeling, I'm just like, who the fuck are you, motherfucker?
But I ultimately, and I feel like he may not say it because he likes to always say face on like his podcasts and stuff, but it's like, I think he was always intending to put Steve in, but it just gave him an additional reason to put him on because he was butthurt.
I think Steve was on the board, but this was the nail in the coffin.
But
okay, so Johnny, if it wasn't Steve, then who do you think else was on the board?
I don't know.
I think he, and the other thing of why I think Steve goes down there, I think he saw Steve as a good competitor based off the first challenge. And he says multiple times in the confessionals, even before Derek's the one that's picked and voted in, he wanted to see Nehemiah go.
Yeah.
So have someone that's the house vote that has a fighting chance against him if it's something physical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't want to go against Steve in a hall brawl.
He doesn't know where he sits with Nehemiah. I mean, he thinks he
sits good.
Yeah, we have learned where Nehemiah sees Derek, but Derek doesn't see it. Derek thinks they're good. Is it positive? But he's like, if this guy takes out Nehemiah, I don't need to know.
Right, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So.
Could you have imagined though if Steve and Tina won that first challenge?
A man can dream.
Because
then we get more Tina this episode.
Yeah, honestly, I'm glad. I love battle lines, and
that's true.
And I think shockingly, Steve and Tina would have rippled the house less with their decision.
That's possible, yeah, because like Steve, no one can really take offense
Steve
to him.
Steve ain't gonna ruffle any feathers.
Well, yeah,
but
I was gonna say no one can
Steve's
really
in
take
Jody's
offense to him.
position. Steve's in Jody's position, and then you have
position.
Tina in Derek's position. So I just think it flip flopped.
I think Tina says let's show her cards later.
Yeah, I feel like she would make a conservative play for sure.
Yeah, out of the gate, I think it kills her, and I think she explains to the viewer, she's like, look, motherfuckers, no, this is fucking killing me, but I will fucking make amends, and I will fucking cause some drama, but just not today.
Right.
So I think we get the apology tour, and she goes, have you heard every confessional up until now? I promise you, I'm gonna fuck shit up, just not right now.
Right.
So whereas Derek he's like kind of trying to do something, and by kinda, he did a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was intentional to do a lot, but he did so much with what he did.
Right. I think he felt he was like, even if he felt he was doing a lot, he's like, I'm gonna be getting my way. Yeah. It's gonna go exactly how I imagine in my head. Yeah. It's going to go boom, 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 boom. Because last season we had plans and it went boom, 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 boom.
Yes. With 18 of my friends.
Yes. But yeah, so ultimately they picked Derek as the other person because they're like, we'll give him one and we just have a better relationship with Ryan off the show. So I'm not going to do that to Ryan immediately, which like from their aspect, that's completely fair. Ultimately, it's their call. It's not Nehemiah's call. If they put Ryan in, it's more so that they're doing a favor for Nehemiah.
Yeah. And Leah was just a layup.
Leah was a layup. And then they're like, who can we put up next to Leah that we know we're good?
As friends.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, we can just put Casey up.
Or who knows everyone in the house and knows that they're not going to get voted in because everyone loves Casey.
Or anyone else in the house. would have also been an option.
Leah stood no chance because did Leah come in with really any connection?
I don't think
so.
No,
she said, I hadn't spent the last 17 years. Hell, I didn't spend the last 3 months getting in touch with anyone and rekindling friendships and whatnot. Like the whole second half of this episode is her like giving herself a little bit of a pity party. Like, this is unfair. This is bullshit. Like, why is it based off past relationships? Like, that's the challenge.
Yeah. That's the challenge.
Start sending Christmas cards.
Are we happy with the decision to cast Leah?
I mean, I personally didn't know Leah. I don't know her seasons. I don't know her real world or road rules. Where she came from.
I don't know.
But like Johnny, like you said, it's like I would call Leah the ace of this season.
I think Ace was better, to be honest.
But you know what I mean.
In comparison, I get.
I don't know. I didn't cry when Ace went home.
That's true. I just mean
that
I just mean in the sense that she was one of those people who was brought in and casted as we'll give her an episode, but it'll probably be early because she's gonna go home.
Yeah.
So then favorites can stick around a lot longer because we know that sometimes they cast people intending for them to go home earlier on.
Yeah. So we've discussed this definitely on a lot of Survivor podcasts. I don't know how in depth we've gone into this on Challenge podcast, but casting, they cast 4 people they want to win. They cast 4 people they don't want to win.
Yeah.
So, and then there's the middle of the pack. And you know, if someone goes up or someone goes down on that list, they're not upset, but as I said, they have their favorites and they have their least favorites. And I think Leah was cast as a least favorite. And
yep.
You know, it's here's a blast from the past, but we have a gut feeling how this is going to work out.
Right. Yeah. So Derek leaves this conversation as they're putting the names up, thinking he is now the best human chess player to ever live.
Yes.
Impeccable.
Yes.
Social.
Yes.
And political gameplay.
Nailed it.
Spoken like that too, with the pauses amongst each word.
Yes. So
I've never considered Derek one of the most political game players ever.
He does.
Good for him. Have confidence. It's never a bad thing to have confidence.
No, I mean, Alex and I talked about this a little bit before coming on to the podcast. I think Derek is great socially, but in terms of political and making all those different types of moves, I don't think he's one of the strongest people that we've seen.
I mean, if you say it enough, maybe it's true.
Hey, what do you guys think about where like the putting up the names? Like, it's not in like this spot where like everyone sees it. It was sort of just like, oh, we put it and moved.
I feel like the budget from season 1 to season 2 is a third.
Is that third?
Yeah, because like remember they went out into the field and they had the little tiki stuff and and they're just like, yeah, just go on the deck.
So they're on the Australian Survivor budget.
It's like, hey, head out to the patio deck and sit in like, you know, make your decision there. Here's the little things. It's like wood burned into the thing or painted. I don't know. It was very low budget. And then the deliberation is on the patio, and I'm just like, wow, this is not. It's like when I went back for so I did Survivor Pro Islands, which was season 7, and then I went back for season 16, fans versus favorites, and the challenge was a recreation of my first challenge.
Yep.
And my first challenge on Pro Islands took about an hour and a half. Well, it was over a mile long. Well, it's a recreation, and I could see the finish line, like 50 yards away. And they're like, "Hey, Fairplay, you recognize this?" And I'm just like, "No." I'm just like, I can throw a rock to the finish line. Like, I can't throw a rock a mile. And one of the producers goes, "Yeah, the wheels fell off this cart a long time ago, Fairplay." It's like, noted. So yeah, I feel from season 1 to season 2 on All Stars streaming, the budget I think has been slashed.
Yeah, and you know who really saw that slash in budget immediately from just like virtually seeing it was Jonny.
You think?
No, because she was very upset.
Oh, because the little sign thing was coming.
Oh yeah. It wasn't because one of her own was put up there. It was because of how crappy the sign looked.
Yeah, she goes, "Look at this."
I was like, I placed 3rd last year. I know what everything looked like.
Yeah,
it wasn't this.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, if I say spend the money, I mean, come on, it's a fucking TV show that's garnering you some of your highest ratings on your streaming service. Spend the fucking money, but I mean, it's not like the set for Deliberation is what made season 1 good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, spend the fucking money.
Well, maybe season 3 will surprise us. We never know.
I mean, Giant Bananas ain't gonna fucking be cool with fucking wood-burned fucking names on. Hell no. All right, so so Johnny's not happy, and then we see Brad talking to Nehemiah. Did anyone notice on episode 1 that Brad has a tattoo on the back of his head of like an eagle?
Also has it like he also has this huge, I think, back tattoo as well.
Okay, well I noticed that on the back of the head, which is odd.
Weird.
Yep.
He was going through some years, going through some stuff these past few years, I guess.
Yep. That's something.
That was a choice.
It was a choice.
Maybe he put the tattoo there because he removed the hair from there to add to the beard. So he's like, I need something to replace it.
I need something there. All right.
Yeah.
As I said, he's a nice dude in real life. So yeah, I ain't mad at it, but it's a very interesting choice, Brad.
Wait, Johnny, what's the worst tattoo? That one or Cody Rhodes?
Oh, Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo is the worst tattoo ever. So, yeah, and he took so much time to find the perfect tattoo artist that he did a Google search on tattoo artist near me, and the guy said, "You can come on right now," which is also never a good sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. But yeah, so yeah,
we're here for life hacks, folks. If you're thinking about a tattoo, keep thinking. And number 2, do not type in tattoo artist near me. Well, you can do that, but if they tell you, hey, it's going to be about 8 months, I'm pretty good at what I do, and I'm pretty popular. That's a good sign. If the guy says, come on right now, that is a bad sign.
I will tell you, they do a lot more than just tattooing at those places if they're available right now.
Yeah, and free COVID.
Wowzer.
I would imagine. So,
hey, they love sharing.
They do. All right, so we see Brad's back of the head tattoo as he's talking to Nehemiah, punching the shit out of a boxing bag.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Can we please have Nehemiah versus fucking Jake Paul or whatever that fucking guy's name is that loves fighting people that are underqualified?
Well, I mean, I know that when we were covering All Stars 1, one of the articles that came out was Darrell wanted to fight him.
Yeah. And
I
was all for that. His next fight is against Mike Tyson.
For the love of God, Mike Tyson, please. I don't care how much money that they paid you to make it a draw or go the distance.
Go into business for yourself.
Go in for business for yourself. Bite his ear.
Fucking hurt him.
And yeah, just cave in his face.
In this motherfucker. I don't like. Wait, so is it Logan Paul? Logan Paul, right?
I don't know which one. I know Jake. I know Jake Paul is the one who's like the more serious one of them, but has only done the gimmick fights.
Okay. So
let's say it's Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah.
He beat his ass. If he does not get his ass beat within like the first round, no one. I will say everyone should stop watching because it's a fix, and there's no enjoyment in that.
Yeah. Did you see the training video for Mike Tyson getting ready for this fight?
I have not.
Oh my God. Oh, Mike Tyson looks like Mike Tyson has money now. I mean, he's got the Mike's Hard Lemonade money. Like Mike Tyson's been doing good. He's still got hangover money, I think. And Don King stopped taking it. It's great. So, but oh my God, he looks like he's broke, and that is not a good look for Jake Paul or whatever the fuck that other guy's name. I mean, like he's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, and I'm like, kill him, please. But guys, do not watch this fight. It's fucking fixed. No. It's fake. He's not gonna fucking kill him, despite what you fucking see here. And I don't think Nehemiah be on the take, but Nehemiah, you should be. So if they call you about a fake fight with Jake Paul, take it.
You take the paycheck.
I do. Oh my God. Someone was asking me about something other. I am always fucking. Oh, what's called Elf 2. They I can't remember. It's either 24 million or 26 million. They offered Will Ferrell to do Elf 2, and he saw the script. He's just like, no. And I'm just like, I will do the worst movie of all time for 24 or 26 million. Like that is the end game right there. It's just like Jonny Fairplay. Remember when you did a podcast? I'm like, no. Remember when I did Elf 2 and it sucked? I'm done. I sold my soul. I can't even watch it. It's so bad. But
take your money and run. Take your money and run. That's all you gotta do.
I made it.
But yeah, so yeah, he's beating the shit out of the bag, and it's because he's like now really realizing, like, if he was already thinking about doing that heel turn, it's fully cemented now. Both feet are in.
He is Anakin Skywalker right here, who is just like, you know what? I'm fucking going with the Emperor. Senator Palpatine makes a good pitch. Fuck the good guy. I'm saving Padme. Did anyone watching or listening to this podcast right now, did you ever think you would get Star Wars, wrestling, and elf references in the first 50 fucking minutes? I bet you didn't.
That's what you get with reality NSFW.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is why I listen. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I actually listen to this podcast. I'm just like, hey, I love a good Star Wars elf and fucking whatever the other one reference was.
But yeah. So he has his decision now. He talked with Melissa and Casey. He's like, what I need to do, and Casey says the point. Make sure it's known that you want Derek.
Yes.
And Nehemiah's like, if you don't dictate what you want, the winners will dictate it for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Say it into fruition.
Yeah. So he had a big group of people around. He was like, hey, give me Derek. I would like to murder this man and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went straight
and
to
he looks at Steve. He's like, Steve, I want none of you.
Yeah.
And he means it.
I want none of you or your hands.
Yeah, no, keep your hands away from me.
Yeah, keep your hands to yourself and in your pocket. Protect them. You might have a gig coming up. You do not want to grab these chains in this eliminator.
And I think for Steve, he's like, cool. Because I would rather not go out because I made fun of a guy in his late 30s, two-piece short set.
Well, there is that. So, Jody doesn't like the politics. Sorry, Jody. That's part of the game. Ayanna has 4 kids, and she ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, she was so right about that. I don't think going anywhere for a long time.
Yes. So, and then Jasmine informs us, you don't want to come after Cancun, Nehemiah. I don't think Nehemiah gives a fuck about Cancun.
But she's not that bitch. She's not that bitch to trifle with.
Okay. We'll see.
For
the record, I was still watching Real World when Real World Cancun came out. Mm-hmm. Not one of my favorite seasons.
Yeah. And why is that? I would like to hear this.
It just wasn't that great. Yeah. I mean, like I watched Real World. I watched Real World 1. Real World 1 was okay. Real World 2, that was one of the best seasons of Real World ever. And I remember watching Paris. I remember watching New Orleans. I remember watching Cancun. I think Cancun's probably the last season I watched.
Yeah, and the second season, the streaming version is coming out, I believe, this week.
Yeah. And that looks like drama.
That looks like a lot of drama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, well, don't expect a podcast.
No. but so we're now at the selection, and Ayanna says, like, are these girls? I don't care. I got a big Y on my chest, capital WHY, and it's my kids. And that's why it's in the description of our podcast.
Yes, I thought I loved Ayanna at this point in the episode, and then at the end, she informs me that no, motherfucker, you know it. There you go. So yeah, should we take a quick break before Deliberation?
Yeah.
Or are we already in Deliberation?
I mean, we can do the break. The party, but we can circle back to the break.
we can do the break, and then when we come back, after some word from our sponsors and Johnny getting his change into a 2-piece short set, hopefully we'll get back into Deliberation, square that up, and then go into prom. So we'll be right back.
Ho, 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 gentlemen! The holidays have come early here at Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene brand. Manscaped just launched new products, including their ultra new, ultra premium body wash and a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It's time to give yourself or someone who needs it the gift of beautiful skin, hair, and balls this holiday season. Go to manscaped.com and use promo code SURVIVOR for 20% off and free shipping.
Jingle balls to the walls. Fellas, listen up. Untrimmed pubes are a thing of the past, and it's possible you have Santa's beard in your pants. Could be Matt Bischoff's. It's time to leave your significant other some cookies and milk at the bottom of your chimney. I am talking about Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Oh, now, I had a lot of sex when I got back from my last appearance. I literally had sex 8 times in 12 hours. And I did some damage down there, fellas. I did some serious damage. I had to call my doctor. There was swelling. There was everything else. It was bad. But you know what wasn't bad? My balls, because I shaved them with Manscaped. Oh, there was the lighting at the top of the tree, but the bottom of the tree looked perfect.
Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer has proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to reduce cuts on your nuts. It's also waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. It's like a gift to your partner with less mess. The Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant, moisturizer, and toner. It's time to keep your North Pole feeling and smelling fresh.
This hygiene bundle will also come with a pair of Manscaped anti-chafing boxers. God bless it. I needed and used that this week. I promise you. The perfect package for your perfect package. Manscaped is going beyond the groin with their new ultra premium body wash. It's infused with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized.
They also just launched their new 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, which has key ingredients with benefits that include hydrating, nourishing, conditioning the scalp, and strengthening your hair at the same time. 'Tis the season to load up on Manscaped products. So get yourself, your dad, your brother, your friends, your neighbor, the best gift of all, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Reality NSFW listeners get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. Every guy out there needs to add Manscaped to their wish list this holiday season.
And this is Santa Claus talking to you once again. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use promo code SURVIVOR. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year.
We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. And it's amazing as a midnight snack right before bed.
0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's only 140 calories per serving.
It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. And build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and my favorite, maple waffle. Now, Magic Spoon recently brought back their 2 super popular flavors, cookies and cream and maple waffle. Thank goodness. But they're back permanently. And when these flavors were first introduced for a limited time, they sold out extremely quickly. Now, I'm here to let you know you can get them again or try them for the first time. Why? Because they're delicious and indulgent.
Johnny, Magic Spoon has so many great flavors that I really enjoy, and even my kids enjoy them. We have the cocoa, fruity frosted, peanut butter. All these are really great combinations. They enjoy waking up in the morning and getting some Magic Spoon right off to start their day great before they head off to school. I think everybody listening should give Magic Spoon a try, or if you've tried them already, it's time to reorder. Let's get you some more Magic Spoon and get your day started right.
Hey, when I finish a podcast late at night, the first thing I'm thinking is not sleep. It's let me grab a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon before I go to bed.
So go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code survivor at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast.
Here it is. Johnny repping it.
Two-piece short set. That's it. I'm rocking the two-piece short set.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, you have to go on the YouTube version at some point just to see Johnny and all of his two short set glory.
Yes, all my splendor. Just for you, Derek, I am rocking the two-piece short set. No one is making fun of me, I would imagine.
And what a great quick change during the commercial break. We have it all here today.
Wait, Johnny, are you wearing that to be funny? Like when you nominate us?
No, why would you say that? You know what? I feel I'm going to use that against you now.
Oh no! If I go home because of this, oh my gosh!
So yes, no. I not only did I get my two-piece short set on, I also peed off my back deck, and I grabbed a vinyl record.
Ooh,
man, is someone taking advantage of the commercial breaks or what? So
sounds like it.
Go Manscaped, everybody. That's the best gift you can give your loved one for Christmas is not having hairy balls, and then low carb it with some Magic Spoon cereal. So
there you go.
So you can see your dick over your gut.
Oh my god!
I don't know if that was in the copy.
All of that promo code Survivor.
All that is promo code Survivor. In case you're wondering. All right, back to Deliberation, and
yes.
Jasmine says you don't want to come after Cancun, and then Nehemiah just throws it out there. He's just like, look, he goes, I want Derek C. I wanted Ryan, but Derek did not put Ryan up, and Ryan's like, why you want me? He goes, how often do we talk, Ryan?
It's like, well, you told me I would be the last name, and Nehemiah said, well, that was before we knew what the format was.
And that was then, and I'm playing Nehemiah's game now, and I decided I'm going to be cutthroat this season. So maybe when they did have that conversation, Nehemiah was in the same mindset that he normally is, but then came into this season and said, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah. And Ryan, I feel looks one of the most different than the last time we've seen him.
He looks a lot skinnier.
Yeah. So he doesn't look as healthy as some of the other challengers. So I don't feel like he looks unhealthy. I just feel like when the calls went out for season 1, people were like, all right, time to get a gym membership. And Ryan's like,
which is strange because he almost was on season 1.
I was about to say that. Wasn't he also an alternate for season 1?
Him and Kahada were the alternates for the guys, I want to say.
Yeah. So, and maybe he looked worse than this before those calls went out. But
we don't know.
So I don't know. And it could just be the outfit. I don't know. But I get just from a outside broad stroke glance, he looks like an easier target. And once again, Ryan, if you're watching this, you will destroy me in a fucking hall brawl. Okay.
Yes, but it is funny seeing Ryan get all upset, but he's not even an option to go down. Whereas you see Leah, who is like upset internally for being put in this situation, but like she gets it and she at least makes a joke about it, be like, man, I really need to make some friends.
Yeah.
and then moves.
Yeah, and Sam says Casey was an alternate last season, but Casey hasn't aged. I don't care if she was an alternate. She hasn't aged in 15 years.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So,
but I do think I will give Leah credit though. Leah was, a good sport about everything that was going on. She knew that her back was against the wall and she wasn't going to be able to do anything about it. So at that point, you're going in, give it your best go and see what happens.
Yeah. Do we know who the alternates were for season 2?
I'm sure I knew it at a point, but at this point, I'm not attempting to dig into that because guess what, guys? People are already trying to attempt to make me spoiled on the next season that's filming right now, and I'm not having it.
Yeah. Okay. Attention, people that are on the challenge, shut the fuck up. Like, why do you have to tell every second of everything the second you come home to everyone possible? So, I mean, like, I have the word challenge blocked on my Twitter feed.
Smart choice.
So
I just play with fire. Now I'm just like on days where I'm going to be right, I'm just like staying off of Twitter. And if I go on, it's like go on, put a tweet out, leave.
Yeah. So man, I don't get it. So
and it's no fun to podcast when spoilers, and I know other podcasts do that, but we do not do that over here. I do not want to know anything that's going on during the season. I would like to be surprised because then you're just talking about stuff you already know that's going to happen in the season in the future.
Yeah, I've never felt like people think that I'm spoiled on Survivor. I'm not. I don't want to know any spoilers for any show that I'm covering because I have found, and maybe I'm wrong, but I have found that people love that, allegedly one of the smartest players to ever play Survivor, me, makes a prediction, and I could not be so far from correct that I'm a fucking moron. That's a good podcast.
Right.
Like Jonny Fairplay eating his words is entertaining.
Absolutely.
So if I'm a quote unquote know-it-all, I don't think that's a good podcast.
Yeah, you don't always want to be right. So I agree.
And I'm never right.
There you go.
Go back and watch any show I've podcasted.
Well, I mean, like you've been right more times than Matt's been.
Well,
Matt's normally very, very wrong on his takes.
Matt's radar is I don't even know what I think he calibrates wrong.
Honestly, the journey of Matt's thought process from preseason through the season is a great one to watch, though.
Yes. Once again, it's a great podcast.
To be fair, for Survivor, though, I went in with the draft and said, Xander has a 0% chance to win this game. And look at Xander now.
Yeah. Xander's
a possibility.
Xander's an idiot. And it's just like, fast forward to now. It's like, is Xander one of the smartest players to ever play the game?
Well, no.
And it's still on Matt's draft team because none of us took him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But so we ultimately get the noms of Leah and Derek. But Ayanna, being the ultimate person that she is this episode, she's like, everyone, let's leave the negativity here. Let's make this prom thing that's over there for some reason. We don't know why it's there, but let's make it a night to remember. Yes. If this is your last day here, I want you to go out on top.
Yeah. Positivity. I love
this woman. I did not know who Ayanna was going into the season. I'm loving what we're getting out of Ayanna this season.
Ayanna, I mean, I'm not normally attracted to a girl with 4 kids, but what's up, girl? You're waiting me out.
Oh, the new one for this season.
Yeah. Taking over that spot. I gotta say, she is the ultimate hype person. I want her with me 24/7, just hyping me up and saying, you can do this and that. That's it.
Oh, geez. I mean, like P. Diddy's pretty good as a hype man. Ayanna, I think, is better.
So. Yeah, she was even hyping up Leah, and they're both going into elimination.
Yeah. Well, she's like, I was going to say, if you ever want to see what a hype person is, or like an active hype person is, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But that was a moment.
That was a moment.
Mhm.
So,
But now it's prom night.
it's prom night, and we got Wanna Be by Spice Girls, and I was DJing this past Saturday night. They had their second highest beer sales total ever in the history of the place. It was ladies' night, so of course I had to play Wanna Be by the Spice Girls, and they loved it, and I loved hearing it. I do not own that on vinyl, nor will I ever. So that is not the record I will be showing you before the end of this podcast. But I was for Spice Girls right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Tundra owns the vinyl for this?
I don't know. I don't know. So, I felt like Tundra was clinging to an attempted airtime here.
Yep, absolutely.
100%. Who was best dressed for the evening?
Tundra was best dressed for the evening.
Yeah.
So, but it was like yeah. So,
But we do know that Nehemiah smelled the best.
oh my God! Well,
That's true.
he used extracts from elephants or something.
Yeah, it's what they used to make elephants.
It used to make elephants. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is the biggest question of the week. Johnny, who do you like more, Ashley Millionaire Mitchell or Ayana? Obviously, Ashley Millionaire Mitchell, minus 4 kids and $1 million.
Smart choice.
So, but fast forward to when Ashley Millionaire Mitchell leaves me after our divorce, when she has 1 million plus whatever she takes from me. Right? What am I missing here? I'm pretty sure I know how the math works on this one.
Yeah, I think you know how the math works.
Yes. So yes. A Reed says, I'm going to call it now. Ayana's this season's Hisela. You are correct.
Yep.
Now, who are you going to choose if they're on the same season? Who would you choose?
I am still in love with Hisela. Do not.
Awesome.
Yes, I actually spoke with Hisela earlier today. So we do have some guests coming up on some future episodes of the challenge, of our challenge All Stars season 2 coverage, and Hisela is one of them. So
that's great to hear.
Oh yes.
So is yes, and so is someone from this season thus far. So keep going. All right. So yes. Next we have Tears. What was the Tears for Fears song?
Head Over Heels.
Head Over Heels. So I did have Tears for Fears on vinyl up until yesterday. Or no, what's today? Monday? I guess I sold it over the weekend. I just mailed it out this morning. I just sold Tears for Fears. So
I'm a big fan of that song.
Yeah, I love Tears for Fears, but I was like, do I need to own Tears for Fears on vinyl? And
can you make some money?
And after I sold it, I'm like, I saw tickets went on sale for Tears for Fears in Raleigh coming up, I think next year. But tickets just went on sale with Garbage opening up. And I'm just like, I think I'm going to go see Tears for Fears in concert. And how do you pay money to go see them in concert and sell their fucking record? What am I thinking over here?
I can't answer that for you, Johnny.
Yeah. You guys
bad timing.
You guys like Tears for Fears?
Oh yeah, I grew up, like, my dad had me grow up on classic rock, and so like Tears for Fears was on the queue.
Yeah, I love Tears for Fears. As I said, I just didn't feel like I needed to own that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that song was on their first album. That might have been on their second album. So, because the first album had Shout and I just had the other song in my head right before I said it, but I don't think it was that one. Anyway, so continuing on, Derek, we find out earlier in the episode that Derek is not only playing for the money, he's playing for something else. And then it is later revealed what else he's playing for. And holy moly,
man,
Derek C's sister took her life the day before he left, and he still chose to come out there. And a lot of people are just like, why would you go out there? I'm going out there if I'm Derek C. So like, I remember my dad was going, I was going to Australia for the first time for an appearance, and it was a really big deal for like, you know, I've never been, well, I've now been twice, but who knew at the time? Right. And I'd never been to Australia, and it was a huge deal. I love Australia, and if I could live anywhere on the planet, it would actually be New Zealand, but close enough. but I love it out there. And my dad was going into a pretty huge surgery, and I was like, hey, do you want me to stay? And he was just like, no. He was just like, hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. He was just like, I've never been to Australia. I would love to go to. I'd rather go to Australia than have the surgery. so he goes, go to Australia. So, and if something bad happens, he was just like, don't leave Australia early. Enjoy Australia, knowing that I would want you to be in Australia. Right. And I think that was a similar circumstance here, in which, Derek C. explains to us that, his sister is his biggest fan ever in the history, of the challenge. So, and she would have wanted him to go do the challenge.
Yeah, this was just very, very deep and unexpected. Like,
yeah.
When they were like having all this fun, like the prom thing only lasted, like the fun part was only like a couple minutes, and out of nowhere, it's just like, oh, Derek seems off, and you're like, oh shit, like, is he sick? Like, is he like hurt or something? He's gonna have to leave the show. I'm like, oh, we are getting further in the episode, and then they drop that bomb, and you're just, like, you feel like I felt teared up listening to it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it like, how do you can't prepare for something like that? It's not, it's a huge thing, and a moment that we have here, on the episode, and of course, it's been, a little time now, but still, thoughts and prayers to Derek C. and his family, and once again, if you know someone, or you yourself are having, extremely negative thoughts, there is always people you can reach out to, including myself. So I'm more than happy to talk to anyone that, is, but I will steer you in the direction of someone much, much, much more qualified than me. Yeah. That you should probably talk to.
Yeah. There's the suicide hotline. There's things you could do. Like, it's such a hard thing to talk about, because it's not something that I like. If you've never experienced it, it's sort of hard to put yourself in that person's shoes. But the way I always just view it is, it can always get better. Like, there's always something for you to be living for, something to be striving for. Like, there's people out there that can help you off that ledge and get you back where you need to go.
Right. I mean, with my job and stuff, I know there's so many different resources, because I deal with that on a regular basis with college students and what they go through and everything. There's always someone out there to talk to, and there's always different outlets and people that you can reach out to that are going to be able to help you get through any of those type of situations. So my heart is completely with Derek and entire family and everything. And it's just so difficult. And I think what was good was that he was there with Jonny, Jasmine, Ryan, that entire crew, because you can tell how close they are. And Jonny knows him so well. You can just tell, because she knew something was off, and she was able to be there for him, because at that moment he hadn't opened up to anyone about it. Nobody knew. And the fact that he was able to confide in someone that he felt super close with, and just knowing that they all circled around him and were just there for him, however he needed them to be there.
I'm curious if he told production.
I don't know.
Well, obviously he had to do it at some point, because he then knew he was going to, they had to have asked him about it, or eventually asked him, like, what's wrong? Like, if he's like in this state.
Yeah, but I'm curious if he told him before he went out there.
Before?
Yeah.
It's possible that it was something that they found out after he arrived.
Yeah.
I think that's probably more likely.
Yeah, because I'm guessing they might not let him play. And I think that's the wrong. I think he should have been out there, and I'm glad he was out there.
I think it should always be, it shouldn't be a decision that's taken out of someone's hands there. Like, that should ultimately still be, like, he signed up to play. It's his call whether or not he plays or not.
Yeah. Right, because like him going out there might be the best choice for him in that situation, because sometimes you just need to be surrounded by different people. And if you're at home, yes, you could be with your family and everything, but then you might feel those moments of being super alone or not knowing where to turn. And the fact of the matter is, she was his biggest supporter, so he's out there doing it for her, which is amazing.
Yeah, so which made Nehemiah even
More of
2
a
times
heel.
more the bad.
Yeah.
Nehemiah, did you not? So, no.
Yeah, we're getting the backstory, we're getting the thing, the rooting interest, and then Nehemiah's like, nope, smash your dreams.
Yes. So now it's time for the Eliminator. What is this called?
It was called. Sorry, I had to scroll down a little bit. It was called Dead Weight.
Dead weight, which there's coffins, and I'm like, ooh, this is a bad luck, huh?
Yeah. A lot of things were off with this episode in
Yeah.
terms of
This is-
bad.
I don't think production had any clue.
No, they
Yeah.
were like, oh, they
Now that
probably
we're
heard
thinking
that.
everything through,
Yeah,
I don't think production knew.
They probably heard that and like, oh,
They're like, come on.
it's too late for us to change what the elimination is.
What are the odds of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the greatest luck.
No, very bad luck. And so,
Oh, did you like the entrances that they did for them?
I did. I didn't put that in my notes because I assumed that one of you would bring this up, and apparently I'm less mad at Alex for making comedy jokes at my 2-piece short set now for bringing this up. But Lauren, you didn't make comments, so you're still ahead of Alex. But
For
that's
today.
also-
I'm ahead
no,
for today.
no, Lauren's always ahead because of fear.
well, there's that.
That is true.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, the entrances are fucking bad. The budget they use for where they deliberate, they use for this, right?
It was so cool. Like I was like thinking watching it because I watched it a second time to like actually like without taking notes just to watch it. And I just love the camera value, the shots. I'm like, it feels like an actual like fight. Like
Yeah.
you're in a big time match. Like you do the little close up and they come through. Also notice like of all of them coming through, Ayana coming in just like straight, showing that she's a track person.
Look
Yeah.
at that form. That form was great.
Yeah. No, I thought that was really cool. And so, Alex, explain this challenge.
Yeah, so dead weight, there are 6 coffins, and you're responsible for 3 of them. 2 of them have longer chains, but those require you to complete a puzzle. Ultimately, after you complete those puzzles, you're hooking the chain up to your sled that has the covenant, which are each 300 pounds, and then
Not for
dragging
the girls, right?
I'm
No,
not sure.
I think so because they never said it changed.
Usually, I feel like they would say what the weight was for the girls, but that's maybe something that we can find out offline. But I'm just gonna.
I'm
You know what?
guessing-
You know what? For the impressiveness of it, I'm gonna say it was 300 pounds for. The
I'm
women.
thinking they were 150 for the girls, but that's okay.
It's possible, but either way, a heavy amount of weight,
Yes.
and you're hauling ass with those across.
Well,
to
they're
the
not
other
hauling
side.
ass.
Well,
Well, one person was. But
Yes.
No one else.
Well, you're then dragging it to the other side where there's a rung. You put all 3 rings on the rung. You win.
And you make a leap of faith.
There's no leap of faith.
Oh, okay. Ooh. No leaps of faith.
No leaps of faith.
Okay, thank you. I love the pluralization of leaps of faith so much that I try to work it in whenever possible.
Yeah.
Yes. So Nehemiah describes it like pulling a baby elephant.
Yeah.
So,
And we also have Darrell talking later in the episode saying that it looked like Nehemiah was trying to herd an elephant while Ayana was just dragging cotton balls.
yes. So, but during this challenge, we get Alice in Chains, Them Bones from the album Dirt. One of my favorite. This is honest. Them Bones, I would probably have my top 20 songs of all time.
It's a great song.
Yes. So, and
I heard it live.
I heard it live. I saw Alice in Chains open up for Van Hagar.
I saw them. They were the second act of like a festival. They were right before the main event of Soundgarden.
Wow. So yeah, I saw them booed off stage for Van Hagar, and they finished with "Fuck you, you're lucky we showed up. Fuck you again, good night."
They were not booed off the stage at ours.
It's a much better pairing of Soundgarden and Alice in Chains than it is for Van Hagar and Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Who put that together?
I don't know.
But yeah,
great
So.
song for that stage. But yeah, so my first thing that I was noticing, especially after it confirmed once I saw how Ayana did it, everyone was doing this wrong.
yes,
Like like if you are in a stage where they did not say specifically in the rules that you had to only drag from the ring. It just said you had to drag the chain and get it over and have the ring over. So the most successful thing you can do with a weighted sled, which let's be real, that's what they were using was a weighted sled, is having that go over your shoulder and using your full body as use all of your muscle instead of just using your arms and some of your back. Because Nehemiah wasn't using his legs because he couldn't have a grip. If you turn, you have your legs, and come on, you see Nehemiah, his legs are strong as fuck.
He's got some good legs.
But yeah, so he gets like an early lead, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is just gonna be a wash." But he's struggling on the second puzzle, which I thought was ridiculously easy. But you know what?
Not everyone's a brainiac like you, Alex. Though.
But you know what?
Did you do the puzzle yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I did.
So there was a moment in time. There's only one specific moment where I was able to take a little screenshot where it shows the entire puzzle.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at what the answers were. Like I didn't see what they were writing.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, okay, this is something I can get like instantly. It's not. It wasn't that hard but you know what? Reality TV people aren't paid to do math.
That's true.
And certain other people that Johnny
Josh.
knows aren't paid to do math.
Who else? Oh, I do. I do know someone. you will see that on ABC.
Yeah, you will see it at some point, or you can look it up on YouTube if you know what we're talking about.
Yes, there we go. I love the inside stuff there. So it's Nehemiah wins, and
it's close though.
Jonny, Jasmine, and Derek, all three cry big time, and I'm just like, wow. I'm like, this is. I didn't cry right there, and you would think I would because I think the Derek story was amazing, but even with the story, I wasn't that connected. So I was actively rooting for Nehemiah.
Right.
So it's hard to change that internally to process differently.
Yeah, but it's all good because John A said in confessional that she will win this season for Derek.
Yeah. So we're good there.
There you go. I mean, this was a loaded episode in terms of emotions for sure. And that's the thing that's hard. A lot of people are Nehemiah fans, so they want Nehemiah to win. But also, after everything you hear, you're rooting for Derek in a sense, too, because you want to see Derek be able to stay out there longer for sure. So it's kind of a mixture. But I get where you're coming from, Johnny. Nehemiah, you got to back him all day with that.
He's my boy.
He's his boy. And you know what? He's not just his boy. He's the people's champion.
Oh, there we go.
And the people's champion is back, and you will acknowledge him as sus.
Oh, acknowledge him.
Acknowledge him.
Yeah. So next we have Leah with her heart tattoos on one arm. Whew. All right. So potentially Brad's back of head tattoo was a bad idea. I think equally a bad idea is random hearts on one arm.
They got to represent something, though,
I don't care. I'm just like, man, what a bad decision.
It's a choice.
It is.
There you go. I mean, this is coming from me. I don't have any tattoos, nor will I ever get any.
Yeah,
I do. I don't even know where they are.
And if we get to a certain amount of patrons on ad-free NSFW.com, didn't you say you would get another one?
Yeah.
No, I thought that was Matt that was going to get a tattoo.
No, it's me. I'll get a picture. I'll get a picture of cartoon Matt Bischoff. If we get 200 all right, here you go, people. Because there's plenty of people that don't like me, as I found out filming a show last week. Jesus Christ, do people not like me? So, but if you really don't like me and you want me to get a unnecessary tattoo of a cartoon Matt Bischoff on me, I think what did I say? I'd get on my ass.
Probably.
I'll get it.
I'll get
it somewhere. Okay. We might not commit to the ass, but I don't even care. I can get on my ass. Anyway, I'll get a Matt Bischoff cartoon image of Matt on me if we get 200 patrons. I think right now we have 95. So go to adfreeNSFW.com. You can quit after 1 month. So just just enough of you get together. We get a 200. I will get a tattoo. And here's the deal: I will put on the free YouTube for everyone to see. I'm a bitch. Okay, so I will scream. I will cry. Like if you want to give physical harm to me, in which will be displayed in every way possible, I will show this emotion unfiltered. As I said, lots of tears, lots of crying, lots of yelling, lots of screaming. I do not do well with needles in any facet. So go to adfreeNSFW.com, become a patron. If we hit 200 patrons at any time, I will get that tattoo. So there you go.
Just not on your face or anything like that, because not a fan of those.
I have a space there on this arm because I have this arm, and then I have here. So I have a space for it. So I think I want to do. I think I'm gonna do the same arm as that. So anyway,
yeah,
let's get 200 patrons so that you can watch me cry and scream.
Yeah, but we cried for a different reason. It was for the aftermath of the women's elimination, where we see a tale of two different women. Leah, who is having a hard time just opening the carabiner.
Oh gosh.
And Ayanna,
and for the record, they never show her opening the carabiner.
They don't.
So
it's just suddenly attached.
Yeah, I'm thinking someone finally walked over there.
Either way,
I think Derek wanted to walk over there. He was explaining how to do it the entire time, and she was just not getting it.
But there's no way they don't show her hooking up the carabiner if she does it herself, right?
I mean, I agree.
They had to have shown her doing it if she did it. She didn't do it.
Yeah, it's just I think.
Why wouldn't you show that?
Right. I think ultimately the story wasn't about her opening the carabiner for here. The story was one person who was already with both feet out, and the other one who very much was doing everything they could to make sure it wasn't even a question who was staying.
Yeah.
And as Tina said, Ayanna was moving them so hard they were the sleds were literally levitating over the sand.
They were. So Ayanna starts with, "Come on, motherfucker! Come on!
Come on, you motherfucker! Come on!"
I was like, "Holy moly! Powerful as fuck!"
Yeah, powerful as fuck. Powerful as fuck.
But then, I mean, just a complete demolition of Leah. It did not matter. Ayanna, just to let everyone know in case you didn't, and I didn't, because like she was winning me over, but I wasn't sure that she was my gal. Let's finish this, Leah. And holy moly, we get Wind Beneath My Wings, Bette Midler, which I did not expect to hear on this season of the challenge. And I thought I could make it through this. And Kendall, who's not a fan of mine, just seeing Kendall losing it made me lose it. I mean, I saw Kendall and fucking Waterworks fucking exploded from my fucking eye sockets.
I think looking at it live, because it's such a competition, adrenaline's running. Like, you don't see people like finish the challenge if they lose.
Yeah.
It's like, so seeing someone go out of their way to be like, no, I'm not letting you end your journey here.
Yeah.
Not completing this. We're completing this. I think it's very powerful.
I loved it.
It's powerful as fuck.
Yeah.
Powerful as fuck.
And it was so real because that is how Ayanna was. You even saw how she was at prom with Leah say, "We're going to do this, motherfucker, right here." And then at the end of it, still there to see her finish. And I thought it was amazing. There was not a dry eye in the room. You could tell everyone there was rooting for that situation. And that's why I'm loving Challenge All-Stars, because we get moments like that.
Yeah. It was really, really cool.
And you know what else I like? Instead of just hearing like pleasantries, I love Leah going, "You know what? I will miss you guys. Well, I'll miss some of you. Well, not all of you, but most of you."
Most of you.
I loved that.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. So it made up for the tattoos on her arm.
Well, and you know what? And we do get from TJ, he hopes to see Derek and Leah again in the future.
Well, I think.
I mean, he could have said nothing. He said, "Thanks for playing."
I think he meant that for some of them, or most of them, or perhaps not all of them.
But some,
I think they would have Derek back, though. I actually do.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Derek can be a callback.
Yeah, but I don't think they're bringing Leah back.
I think there's a lot of other women who have yet to make an appearance on here that the people want.
Yes. So it's okay. So I walked away from this. Is Ayanna the greatest challenger ever? And can we sign her up for Survivor, please?
I think she could kill.
I think she'd kill on Survivor. I think she'd fucking kill.
I think she either goes very early because everyone would be so scared of her because of how powerful she is, or they'd be like, "My God, we need her here forever."
Yeah.
Her social ability and being able to connect with people would be phenomenal on Survivor.
Amazing final jury speech.
Yeah.
So I have that Y on my chest.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So Ayanna.
Oh, sorry.
Let's book it. Ayanna and Nehemiah have won a life shield, and they can use this for the next elimination for either themselves or to protect someone that's nominated. But if they do play the life shield, no vote, which I say, if you want to use the life shield in any way, shape, or form, right now is the time to do it at the early stage of the game where a no vote isn't that consequential.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
definitely.
And I'm happy they have it because I think it's interesting. If you do win an elimination, you get a little bit of power going back into the house because sometimes people get constantly thrown back into elimination after elimination. So it gives you a fighting chance if you do indeed don't have any numbers, which I don't think is the case for either of these two, but it could have been the case for other people.
Yeah. Same. So I love the quote unquote twist. I think that's good. So I love parity in a game to kind of keep the field open.
Right. But another great episode.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I think it's my favorite episode of any Paramount Plus All-Star Challenge yet.
I'm just a fan of it because last season was great, but like Nehemiah says, there was a lot more camaraderie in that one.
Yeah.
I think we will have more of what we look for in reality TV this season.
Yes.
Yeah. People are going to be taking shots because I think everyone there is there to win and is there for the money 100%.
Yep. So there you go. Well, this is one for the record books. And next week we'll be back. Anyone looking this Thursday for our coverage of the Challenge Spies, Lies, and Allies, it will be delayed until Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there will be a 1-day delay because of Thanksgiving here in the Americas. Well, I guess just this America. I think does Canada have a different Thanksgiving?
Canada does have a different Thanksgiving.
They do.
Oh my God. Just because you have free health care doesn't mean that you can't just fucking celebrate Thanksgiving when you're supposed to. I don't know why one is associated with the other in any way. I just wanted to take a shot at Canada. Canada, I love most of you, some of you, not all of you. So with that, thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Alex. I'm Jonny Fairplay saying thank you to some of you, most of you, not all of you. And here's a word from our sponsor.
Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck.
Researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients. Lucy has created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor actually tastes great and it's convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, or even in the gym.
I am so happy that Lucy is sponsoring us. Ever since they came on board, I have gotten no less than 5 of my friends transitioned over to Lucy and put their cigarettes down. They like the gum. I'm used to seeing the packages all around. This stuff is great, and it's really helping people make much healthier choices. So get on board and join the Lucy movement.
Hey, it's 2021. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple that you don't even have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down.
Reality NSFW listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR to get 20% off all products, including gum or lozenges. That's lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code SURVIVOR.
This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Blue Chew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Blue Chew, BlueChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR to receive your first month free.